Today's photo walk is in, where else? San Pedro, a harbor town unlike any beach city in the Los Angeles area.
A working town, beautiful coastline.
It's got history, it's got people.
It's a small town in a big city.
Where, when, and how to get the best photos. Photo highlights in San Pedro include the Vincent Thomas Bridge, which is pretty much the symbol of San Pedro, the funky downtown, lighthouses, beaches, and a Korean freeway all the way from Pasadena, and it will end in San Pedro. Many people come to San Pedro to board the Catalina Express for a short cruise to the island or to embark on an even bigger cruise to exotic locales. Board a cruise on the West Coast and it will probably end right here, otherwise known as Los Angeles to the folks who step off the boat. Technically, they're right. San Pedro is part of the city of Los Angeles with a population of just under 100,000 people. San Pedro is about 45 minutes from downtown Los Angeles, and it's best known for having the largest port on the West Coast. This port represents some 20% of all imports into the United States. The most popular products coming here from Asia are furniture, auto parts, clothing, electronics, and footwear.
San Pedro is a hard-working town
that just happens to share an industrial port with some of the prettiest coastal views in all of California and, of course, myriad photo possibilities.
You look at it, it's right off the 110. You know, you get to the end of the 110. You know, we're on a peninsula here, but it's definitely accessible. Parking's easy. It's free on the streets after 6 o'clock.
As always, be sure to check out our Photowalk blog for detailed mapping information. That's blog.jeffersongram.com. Now, our San Pedro photo walk is about 2.5 hours each way, which many of you may not want to do all the way, so let's break it up. After lunch, I'll send you back to the car and you can drive the second half. Our photo walk begins with a bridge early in the morning to catch it with the sunrise. If you arrive here in the dark, as I did, it can be a little tricky where to park. Do you go this way to the big cruise terminal or right over here to the Catalina Express? After many stops and starts, I did end up in the parking lot for the Catalina Sea and Air Terminal because I just wasn't sure what to do, so I pulled over right there in the parking lot and shot this time lapse. Then I began exploring and discovered that the Catalina Express terminal was indeed open. I was able to enter, walk all the way to the left to get an opening, and was way happier there than in the parking lot. What do you think, folks?
People don't understand the beauty that you see from all the cranes, and understand that everything that goes on, all the logistics and the work that goes into the port and making sure all of those goods are getting from the port to where they're going throughout the country. But all the cranes and every piece of machinery, all the labor and all the machinery, everything that goes into it, all the working pieces that move together to get everything where it's going is a big portion of it, and it makes it it's like a nice little thing.
Immediately next door to the terminal is the Battleship Iowa, which could serve as a fun backdrop for your military history photo. It can cost anywhere from $15 to $20 per person to get in. Just a half mile down the road is the Los Angeles Maritime Museum for learning about local history. This is your best spot to find some local marine life, and it only costs $3 to enter. Then walk another half mile to get to that beacon of food porn, the San Pedro Fish Market. This is one of the top 10 most Instagram restaurants in the world. Let's take a walk inside and check it out. Over 1 million customers make the trek here yearly to what's billed as one of the largest restaurants in the world. Photo tips start with that famous shrimp tray, continue to lobster and those giant fish all over the place. Now it's time to head to downtown San Pedro, starting just up the hill with the Art Deco masterpiece that is the United States Post Office. Built in 1936 during Franklin Delano Roosevelt's second term as president, this is a classic example of WPA-style architecture with a cool mural showcasing harbor heritage. Continue a half mile up the road to 6th Street for a walk through San Pedro's historic downtown district. This is People Photography Central and home to more Art Deco buildings, art galleries, antique shops, the historic Warner Grand Theater, which is one of the earliest movie palaces in the world, and more fun restaurants. Let's check out one of them, the San Pedro Brewing Company.
You know, the great thing about it is there's a lot of really neat old buildings. In fact, we're in one of them right now. John T. Gaffney was one of the original real estate guys in the last century down here. The main drag through town is called Gaffney Street. It's named after him. This was his office building. So for years and years, he ran his real estate company out of here. After his death, it was purchased by a local family, the Johnson family, and they took part of it and they created a little pub here called John T's Tavern, which is here from 1990 to about 1997. They closed down. I took it over in 99, opened up. We just celebrated 20 years as San Pedro Brewing Company. And we're the local cheers, I guess you could say, of San Pedro. And everybody likes to come in here, and it's a fun place to watch a game and grab a burger, have a beer.
The Korean Friendship Bell attracts huge weekend crowds, not just for the bell, but the popular park overlooking the coast.
The Korean Bell, what I like is the views of the ocean, of Catalina. I also like the fact that you can fly a kite out there. You can spend time with their family, whether they're little ones.
If you want to get even closer to the water, we like Point Fermin Park, which is directly across from Santa Catalina Island. There's a paved walkway overlooking the water, and it's home to one of 2 lighthouses in San Pedro. This lighthouse is in an old wooden home. If you prefer the more traditional tower look to your lighthouse, head down to Cabrillo Beach for the Los Angeles Harbor Light, otherwise known as Angel's Gate. You won't be able to get as close to this lighthouse, which has been in operation since 1913. You'll need a long lens to catch it from the shores of Cabrillo Beach, or catch a boat to get a close-up from the water. At the beach, you can also catch your statue of Juan Cabrillo, who first discovered San Pedro in 1542, or just enjoy the ocean. For a more dramatic beach shot, head up the road a little over 3 miles and catch the tide pools and rocks of White Point Beach. This is where the coast begins to shift and you begin working your way up the hill to the jewel of the South Bay, the magnificent Palos Verdes Peninsula. Take Gaffney north to 25th Street, turn left and keep driving. 25th will turn into Palos Verdes Drive south. You'll pass the swanky Terranea Resort, Wayfarer's Glass Church, Lanada Bay and Malaga Cove, and from there it's on to Redondo, Hermosa, and Manhattan. Now, before we say goodbye to San Pedro, who's up for doing what many do here, which is embarking on a cruise? Okay, so every day giant cruise ships like the Celebrity Cruise come here to San Pedro to dock. We got a rare invite to check out the inside of the cruise. That's and they are now in Los Angeles. Several of the folks we spoke to on the boat were from foreign lands, and they expected to see stars and a Hollywood sign out here. Not exactly, but who needs Hollywood when you've got San Pedro, right?
First thing I would suggest when you come here is to check out the coast and really appreciate the scenery that comes in on the coastline. Look at Catalina, look at the coastline, look at
That's a wrap for a Photowalk video from San Pedro. If you enjoyed this video, you know what I'm about to ask. Please like, please share, please comment, please hit the subscribe button. Where should we go next? I'd love to hear from you. Hit me up in the comments below or on Instagram or Twitter, where I'm at Jefferson Graham. Please stay tuned and watch some of our other Photowalk videos we get around. We recently went to the island of Catalina, right over there, and the Marina del Rey. I think you'd really enjoy those videos. Meanwhile, where are we going next? Well, for that, you're going to have to come back again and tune in to the next Photowalk, which I hope you will.